Hey geeks, this is Super Geek Tony Tovar from Shanghai, China. It's awfully nice to have a park so close to home, but there's nothing quite like a pilgrimage to Orlando. That's why I go Geekin on Walt Disney World with Kurt and Lindsay.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go Geekin on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Welcome home, Disney World geeks. Get ready for another fun Geekin Family Trip Report in episode 179 of the Geekin on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin Family podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast that will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. Thank you so much to Super Geeker Tony Tovar for the intro. I was hoping I could get someone from my Super Geek community to do an intro, and Tony stepped up to the plate really quick and got that into me. So thank you so much, Tony. That was an awesome intro. Appreciate it so much. Now, today's episode is sponsored by our good friends with Fairy Tale Concierge Travel Agency. Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency. You know them as part of our Geekin family. It's Jennifer Glambos and EJ Cruz. When you book your Disney World vacation with them, you're going to get a professional travel agent. And they're really passionate about Disney World. And do you dream and plan your next trip all year long? Well, they talk, eat, and drink Disney World all day long, and they'll love chatting with you about your next trip. When you book with them, they'll help you from the very beginning, during your trip, and who knows, you might even end up doing a trip report with us. So contact them now for a free, no obligation quote, and best of all, their services are free to you. So let's keep our trip bookings in the family and get all the details on our website, geekinonwdw.com, where you can get all of their contact information. Hey geeks, I'm recording this early because I am preparing for a midweek trip to Walt Disney World. I'm excited to do the new Pandora preview, and I'm getting to do it twice. I'm also going to eat at Tiffin's for the first time, which is in that Pandora area of Animal Kingdom. Going to do the River of Light dinner package with that Tiffin dinner, and Lindsay and I also have the dessert party before we're going to see the new Happily Ever After and the new fireworks show that has replaced Wishes in Magic Kingdom. So I got some really cool new things to do in this quick 4-night stay over at the All-Star Movies. And that's going to be a very first time for me too. Hey, Mama says that we will have a special roped off viewing area in front of the castle after our desserts on the Tomorrowland Terrace for that Happily Ever After fireworks show. So we're really excited about that. Getting to see Holly Burkcase, Jeff McCartney, and Barry also over at Magic Kingdom. So I love to do those Geekin meetups. So that is so cool. I'm getting to see those guys. But then it's going to be a long drive home Sunday and Monday. Not looking forward to the drive, but it is fun to go down to Disney World and spend some time with Lindsay and congratulate her for finishing off her college internship program. Okay, for you guys, on this episode, it's another live recording from our March 2017 trip to the Grand Floridian DVC. I'm really going full circle from Grand Floridian to the All-Star Resorts, aren't I, guys? But this was obviously a really fun trip. I got a good episode up for you today. It starts off with a Thursday morning coffee walk at the Grand Floridian DVC. This day is highlighted especially by the English Tea Tour. And I talk about that in the morning as I'm doing my morning walk. And during the morning walk, I actually review the previous day, which include the DVC exclusive Soarin' tour. We walked the boardwalk with Ken and Judy. We went over to Hollywood Studios, and Judy rides the Tower of Terror for the very first time. Mama accidentally loses our Toy Story passes. I talk about being sleepy at the Muppets and sunrise at the resort, which I love those early mornings in the resorts, don't you? Especially on the Bay Lake resorts, the resort loop. Love that sunrise there. I have the largest hot dog I have ever had in my life over at Min and Bill's. I get my Gasparilla's coffee over at the DVC or at the Grand Floridian. Disney Springs, Jock Lindsay and I went over to, and we talk about that. The Boathouse for the very first time, the restaurant, I really enjoyed that. Magic Kingdom at night. I predict what Mama is going to say exactly before we actually take off for the morning. It's kind of fun. I tell you guys what I think she's going to say, and she actually does say pretty much what I said she was going to say. Mama gives the story of her Castle Scooter off-road experience and it going airborne. Fun story there. The monorail ride, chatting with guests over as we were heading on over to Epcot. Boy, I really love that monorail audio. So there's something about it that's just so exclusively Walt Disney World. I love hearing it. I get Mama's top resort loop resorts and her opinions there. We are walking into Epcot, and then we're meeting up with Judy, Ken, and Lindsay as we get checked in for our tea tour at the UK Pavilion. And then you get that entire tea tour audio in the UK in the gardens. So enjoy your spot of tea with us over in Epcot. Well, this week's show will finish with our tea tour, and then there's going to be no outro. I'll talk to you when I get back from Walt Disney World, and I'll have Lindsay here with me. So until then, have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true. Now let's wake up at the Grand Floridian and come grab a cup of coffee with me at this beautiful resort.
Holy cow, it's Thursday morning, and I am up and out of the room. It's 20 minutes to 8. Getting a late start. I can see it's actually a little bit bright outside. I don't know if the sun is totally up yet or not. There's actually some people here, which I thought this time of the morning I will probably actually see people, which is not typical for my early morning coffee walk. But this happens when you stay up till 2 in the morning at Magic Kingdom, which was fun. I hope I can make it through the day. Woke up pretty much wide awake though at 7:30, and I'm glad I woke up at 7:30 because we're heading on over to Epcot today for an English tea tour. Oh yeah, nice and bright out this morning. Beautiful, nice and warm. We got a runner coming down here. Oh, out here in front of the fountain. Trying to get my eyes to open. So let's go get a coffee. Let's take a look at what we did yesterday. I'm trying to remember. Okay, we did the Soarin' tour yesterday morning over at Epcot. That was a lot of fun, and it certainly was informative and interesting. I didn't know what they would do for that tour, but it was really good. And then we walked. Well, I certainly did get a lot of steps in. I know it was over 21,000 last time I checked. There's the monorail coming into the Grand Floridian. I'm under the walkway, making my way to the main area. And Ken and I walked all the way over to Hollywood Studios. And Ken and Judy had never been there before, so it was fun to point out everything over there. And in Hollywood Studios, what did we do over Hollywood Studios? Well, definitely the biggest thing was that Judy rode the Tower of Terror for the very first time, and that was so much fun. We got the most amazing picture I'd ever seen for a picture. You know how you get some kind of goofy face sometimes? Hers is the best. So if you're not in our Facebook group and you haven't seen that picture, you need to get into our Facebook group and see that picture. It's cool to also take video, but the video shot is not as good as the still photo that they took there. Although it occurs, I think, right before the face. I'm so proud of her that she did it, though. That was very brave. She never did it before. Ken still wouldn't do it. He went through the chicken line. Another interesting thing that happened yesterday was Mama was using the Disney Experience app, and she actually accidentally booked another Fast Pass for us, but lost our Toy Story Fast Pass. So there's a tip for you. I'm just standing here for a minute near the DVC side pool, looking at the Polynesian as the sun is rising. Hold on, guys. I gotta take a picture. So far, I haven't encountered too many people, except for the people that were following me, which was kind of awkward as you're trying to talk for your podcast, and someone is right behind you. But anyways, she really felt bad, was horrified that she had deleted our Toy Story Fast Pass. And so then she kept looking, her and Judy are trying, and we actually recovered pretty quickly. She was able to get one for like 2:30, 2:45, I think was the time. We got those little water trucks here, because there's a worker. They're always spraying into the vegetation here, like every morning. So that's really keeps everything beautiful. Everything's always wet in the morning on the walkway. All right, yes, I did 160-something thousand, beat everybody. Lindsay met up with us, and I won the day on Toy Story. That was great. Oh, what else did we ride? We did the Muppets, and I almost fell asleep in Muppets. I was tired, and I didn't get much rest yesterday, even though that's probably about the extent of my rest, was at the Muppets. Let's see, I had the most amazing hot dog ever at the Min and Doc's, Doc and Min's, whatever their name is. And it's a foot long, and it's really thick, and it's got pulled pork and coleslaw on it. Kind of similar to what you can get at the Slaw Dog over at Casey's. I thought it was bigger than that one, but Ken told me that theirs was just as big over there, so that was fantastic. I had a blueberry cream milkshake also. Now I'm starting to see some people. So, I'm making my way over to Gasparillo's Grill. Oh, I was so full. I was so glad to finally get one of those. It's really good, too. Nice, tasty hot dog. And you can barely get your mouth around it. All right, let's see. Let's get the coffee.
What do you want to drink? Okay, cool. Okay, that's good.
Jimmy coffee. Gonna need it today. I'm gonna walk off here into the opposite direction. Just so I can talk a little bit more, and then I can come back and fill up my coffee. Ah, that tastes good. Joffrey's coffee. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of a bustle here this morning. Nothing like, that's the one big difference between a value and the deluxe. There just doesn't seem to be as many crowds and people, for sure. Definitely a more relaxed atmosphere here. All right, and then we headed on over. Lindsay and I got in the car and put the scooter in the car, headed on over to Disney Springs. And Lindsay and I went to Jock Lindsay's. She had one of those, it's a monkey kind of drink where you can buy the mug. And we had never bought that one before. And it is it's not plastic, it's ceramic, by the way. I went by the lake. Right in front of Magic Kingdom. It's kind of a dead end here. I thought it went around the resort, but no. So if you hear some of the wind, that's because it's coming off the lake. It's nice and warm, though. This is fantastic. Cool-headed monkey, I think that drink is called. I had a beer and I had a Scotch flight. 3 different kinds of Scotch that were all 12-year-olds. And it was nice. It took me 3/4 ounce pours. It was definitely plenty. Mama and Judy and Ken had a little bit of difficulty with buses getting over to downtown, the Disney Springs. And they weren't able to join us in time to have some fun at Jock Lindsay's. I had a beer too there, a lager, some kind of Florida lager that was really good. So a beer and 3 little pours of Scotch. I was feeling good. Mama caught up with us. We paid the bill, went over to the boathouse for the first time. Now, I really love that kind of restaurant that's on the water, especially like an ocean, but this has that ocean feel. It's they have a lot of entrees there, actually. Seafood's certainly on the menu. I like to go for a steak, and but you know, one thing I was thinking about was I didn't want to get stuffed like I had the previous day at Bova and the night before that at Ohana. I really wanted to keep it lighter and not get that uncomfortable feeling. So I ended up getting the shrimp, and it was a fried shrimp, really big, nice ones that were split and tender, and I figured everything is really fresh there. It comes in that day. And our waitress definitely said that later on. She was really nice. We had a kind of a corner table near the door. Haven't really scored well on the tables, I must say. But everything else was fine. It was just fine. Mama got the clam strips. I was kind of in between those two. And it was kind of good that she got the clam strips. She was kind of in between that and the shrimp, so we definitely shared. I gave her a couple of my shrimp, and they were big ones. They were really good. All right, I'm coming back here, top off my coffee. And then I better get back to the room because Mom's going to be wanting to go. Okay, coffee ready to go. It's nice I got coffee over back at our building too if I have to. It's not as good as this though. But we got back to our room after dinner. Lindsay and I took the car back. Mama joined up with us not that long after. And we took some rest. Actually, Mama fell asleep, and she was bound and determined. She was saying all day to do extra magic hours at the Magic Kingdom. And we kind of incredible that we haven't been to the Magic Kingdom yet on this trip. So she fell asleep and was even snoring, and we had a couple hours. She had said she wanted to go at 10:30, and to my surprise, she got up. She actually got going, got in the shower quick, and I'm surprised even more at myself because I was ready to fall asleep at 10:30. But that's the hard part when you go back to the room to rest. Will you get back out? Okay, we got a duck inside the pool. One thing I noticed about the critters this trip, they are, as usual, so close to you all the time. So friendly. And to the point where I even had one of those little wrens eat out of my hand while I was in line at Epcot yesterday. My beignet. Even the little birds love the beignets from the French Quarter, which Judy had brought for me. And Mama, all right. I went over to Magic Kingdom with Mama. And, of course, it's pretty easy to get over there from the Grand Floridian. Morning. But we did take the scooter over there just because we could, Mama said. She rode it, and I was starting to get some of that rub in between my legs, which I'm getting right now, so it's returning. I think I'm going to put some of that chub rub on when I get back to the room for sure. That can be really uncomfortable. It wasn't really wicked bad or severe, but it was definitely noticeable. I never did ride the scooter, though. Plantar fasciitis has been pretty good, too. Got to admit. Thank God for Advil, which I learned really helps out when I had I had some surgery on gum surgery, and I had a tooth pulled recently, and learned that although it hurt like hell on my jaw, my plantar fasciitis felt a lot better taking the Advil on a regular basis. Good news for my Disney World trips. All right, and now we went over to Magic Kingdom last night. Got in there about 11. So that gives us till 1 a.m., 2 hours. And we did, as Mama recapped to me last night, we did 5 attractions. Unfortunately, the Splash Mountain was closed. That was really disappointing. I'll have to do that tomorrow. For sure. They had already closed it for extra magic hours. Really surprised about that, but we got onto Pirates. There was a little bit of a line there. I was doing some live Facebook. Some folks joined me. Thanks for doing that. And then I was on my way into the park. Really nice to see Magic Kingdom at night. There were still a lot of people, really. And as time went through, it really trickled down. That was kind of my motivation to go, too, to see Magic Kingdom kind of empty, which I was hoping for. And it didn't disappoint. After Pirates, we were looking for something to drink. A lot of things weren't open. I was really getting thirsty, but didn't find anything until near the end, and it was none of my slushies that I wanted to get. But I made it on over. We did. Mama really wanted to do Fantasy World. We did the Pooh, and we did Small World. Oh, we did Haunted Mansion before that, which was really good. Got in there pretty quick. They forced us to go around kind of that extra walking through area. And then we did the Small World. Small World was kind of fun. We were in a boat entirely by ourselves, we thought, until one young lady come running up and jumped in the boat, and we laughed and joked how we were the only ones there. It was kind of fun, too. We definitely, for the first time, Mama saw our names. It was really cool just to be in Small World all by herself. So that was fun. Kind of a unique experience. And yeah, now they have little digital readouts, and they say goodbye to you, Kurt and Margita, in all lowercase, by the way. For you teachers out there, kind of interesting. And it'd be interesting to see when we do it and there's more people. But I didn't see that young lady's name in there that I can remember. A little coffee. I'm standing outside my building. Let me check the time. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, Mama was going to be looking for me. And I'm at the building. Oh yeah, fun walking out of the Magic Kingdom with it pretty quiet. And she wanted to do the Transit Authority, but we noticed that the Peter Pan was like 30-minute wait when we went into Small World, and we came out, it was 5-minute wait. Total walk-on. That was really cool, going through the queue at Peter Pan. Come on, elevator. Are you open? Oh, okay. So that was really awesome. There was another family, or a bunch of kids, right behind us going through that. And Mom really enjoyed that. Saw Tinkerbell. Everyone was it was like echoing in there. No one else was in there. Usually in there it's like stuffed with people. And kind of just walking totally onto Peter Pan with it empty. And that's definitely one of Mama's favorite rides. So I think she really enjoyed that. Let's see what she says to me when I walk into the room. I bet it's something to the effect, we gotta get going. Watch. What?
Judy's already on the bus. Get on the bus.
What do we gotta do?
Gotta get out. Get out.
Get on a roll, did you say?
Yeah.
Why? Judy's already on the bus?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go to Epcot?
Yeah.
Did you like Magic Kingdom last night?
Yeah, I love that extra magic hours.
You like the late night?
Much fun.
I'm already dressed and ready to go.
Okay. It's very unique at night, isn't it?
Yes. Did you like Peter Pan?
That's my top. Right.
Wasn't it fun?
Yes, are you recording me?
Yeah. All right. Let's get ready to go. Can I have the chub rub?
Yeah, I want to put my shoes on.
So, Mama, tell me why the scooter sounds worse than it was.
What
happened?
What if the people that own the scooter listen? What happened? Extra magic hours, and it was at 1:30.
Yeah, we were leaving.
We were leaving. We were coming around the front of the castle, from the back to the front, and it's dark. And
You were taking pictures, I know.
I was taking pictures.
Taking your time.
Yep, taking pictures. Front of the castle, back of the castle. And I saw you standing in the hub, so I just went towards you. And as I was going toward you, the curb absolutely... Hold on. Sorry. No, that's okay.
So what happened? You were...
So the sidewalk has no color paint on the edge of the curb,
Yeah?
just like the street.
Yeah, so what did that mean?
Full speed.
You got airborne.
Boy, did I get airborne. It went front end first, kaboom, and then back end, bang. 1, 2.
You laughed the whole time. It's a wonder you didn't go head over.
It is. I would. If it got hung up in the back, I think I would have been in the hospital today. It hit so hard,
And now it squeaks worse than it did.
Making really crazy noises. So we've all had a scooter incident, I think, but we can.
Well, yesterday too, when you got in the elevator to go to Magic Kingdom from the resort, in the resort, you slammed into the back wall.
I did?
Hard, yeah, remember?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, honey.
These scooters do not have brakes.
And the speed dial, you have to
Tone it down.
you remember to turn it off or low.
Yeah. That's the turtle, by the way. Turtle is slow, rabbit is fast. Yeah. So she slammed into the back of the elevator on the way out last night, too. Oh, the sun is up nice and strong as we make our way to the monorail. Mexico.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Thank you.
Oh, it really does look
At first, maybe we got the same shirt.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
What is that in your hand? Oh. Forgot it again. Well, at least you got Lindsay's. Why isn't ours with Lindsay's?
No good reason. I know.
She's,
To those guests who just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no
sunglasses time. Find them. Where are you going?
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. We were there till 2 in the morning.
Awesome.
1 in the morning. Got home by 2.
One, that's right.
It's amazing how long it takes to ride the monorail around the resort loop. I know if you're not staying here, that's not. It takes you always gotta leave an hour, no matter where you're going.
That's exactly right.
Surprisingly, even to take the monorail around.
How'd you get right on, or was there a line?
We missed one,
Yeah, okay.
and the next one was right along. Yeah. It probably didn't take us an hour to get home last night. It was definitely not as crowded. Like, there weren't the stops that were that long. But you gotta go to the Contemporary, you gotta go to the train station, Polynesian. Like I said to her, we ought to just get off and walk, but then with the scooter, we have to go down the elevator. And we're staying at the EPC. We're staying at the EPC building, which is on the outside over there too.
Okay.
It's a nice walk that goes in between the Poly. So, but no, we stayed. It was nice. It was empty. It was pretty empty when we were walking out. Where are you staying? Oh, nice. That's our next place on our side.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your head.
How'd you get on the monorail from the Wilderness Lodge?
We had breakfast at Contemporary.
If there are guests waiting to
Okay,
board your
so you
car,
took the boat over?
please move
We took a
across to
boat
make room
from
for everyone.
Yeah.
the lodge to
Once again,
Contemporary, and
if
then
you
we
were
went to
traveling-
breakfast. Where are we? I don't know where we are. What is this?
Magic
Please
Kingdom.
remain on board.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But like, I don't know. What is
Magic
this?
Kingdom.
It is excellent.
Don't miss your stop.
Transportation and ticket
Then we'd have to ride around again. Okay. Have a good day.
Park your car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance. If you are standing,
All alone.
please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors.
Uh-oh.
They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
What? I know.
How long have you been at the Magic Kingdom? If it's only 8:30, right?
Where would you be going?
Where would they be coming from?
I know.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
So it's 8:30, Mom. We're gonna make it to Epcot before 9. I hope the monorail's running. To Epcot.
It either starts at 8 or 8:30 from an Epcot monorail.
Oh, really? If it's running.
If it's running.
Wouldn't that attendant out there tell us if it wasn't running when you
I
said
think I did say to him, I'm going on the Epcot monorail.
That would be good information to have. Although we'd have to take a bus from there anyway.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
One of my
Where are we going, Mom?
To our new passengers, we welcome you aboard our Highway in the Sky and hope you've enjoyed the Magic Kingdom. We are traveling to Disney's Contemporary Resort. During our travels, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking, please. Thank you. We're now passing Bay Lake Tower at Disney's Contemporary Resort, a part of Disney Vacation Club.
Mom, where are we going?
To the UK pavilion.
The UK pavilion.
For tea and scones.
Oh, they're gonna have scones? Oh, nice. I hope so. Are they like beignets?
They're dry.
Okay, she said we were, or he said we were going by Bay Lake Tower, but we weren't. That was a little early. We're actually now going past Space Mountain. Somebody on the monorail last night asked me what that building was.
This building here?
No, the Bay Lake Tower.
Oh, yeah.
How long do you guys here?
Were they calling for rain today?
Today would be like a chance of a sprinkle, but I don't think you're in this county.
All right. Oh, look at the Bay Lake Tower. It's beautiful in the morning. Sun coming up.
Is it your first time? No, we're not. Don't stop to the third stop.
Pick up some people here at the Contemporary.
This is Disney's Contemporary Resort. If you're exiting, please gather your belongings, watch your head and step, and take small children by the hand. If there are guests waiting to board, please move across your car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance.
Chop,
If
chop,
you're standing,
people. I have
please
tea
hold
at the
on to
UK.
handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you board, please continue moving
I think we're
across
gonna be
your
late.
car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance.
Well, Judy will be there in time so she can tell them to wait.
She's already
And stay
headed to
clear
the
of the
UK.
doors.
She just texted me.
The monorail
wow.
will depart
Her bus
momentarily.
is very,
Thank
very
you.
fast from Porter.
Yeah.
She's got very good bus service there.
I was saying in my review of the Grand Floridian, one of the cons is the transportation
Ladies and
compared
gentlemen,
to
we are currently
Polynesian
holding for
and
further traffic
Contemporary.
clearance. Please remember
You know what
to
I'm
stay
saying?
clear of all automatic doors.
We'd already be
If you're standing,
on our way
please
to
continue to
Epcot right
hold
now.
on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
There's really no way to get to Epcot in the morning. There's no bus that
Yeah.
runs unless you set it up but it's
Wow.
she said sometimes kids instead of bus or alternate transportation.
That's
or
disappointing.
You can pay for a cab. Which is fine if you don't have a scooter, you know, we need the scooter for Lindsay's knee. So
The other thing, I don't know why that you can't walk to Magic Kingdom. It's about the same distance as Bay Lake Tower, and the walkway is not finished there. And it takes you like 3/4 of the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Uh-oh.
Please remember to stay clear of all automatic doors. If you're standing, please continue to hold on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
What time did we leave? Was it like 8 o'clock?
maybe.
All right. Should have left at 8 o'clock.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. For those passengers now joining us here from Disney's Contemporary Resort, we'd like to welcome you aboard Monorail Orange of the Walt Disney World Monorail System with resort monorail service to the Magic Kingdom Resort areas. We're currently holding inside the station waiting for our departure clearance. Next up will be the Transportation and Ticket Center. As you're boarding the monorail, you'll notice there's standing room as well as seating room in any of the cabin spaces. So if all the blue seats are taken, simply move all the way across the center aisles. Hold on to the silver handrails provided for your safety, and please stay clear of the automatic doors. We'll be on our way here in just a few moments. Good morning, everybody, and welcome aboard.
Switch over to the other side so I can ride forward. All right, we're sitting here in a contemporary resort, and I can see Mary Blair's huge design here on the inside of the contemporary. So, Mama, what are your top 3 resort loop resorts? Starting with number 3.
Number 3, probably Grand Floridian.
All right.
I like it, but it's number 3.
Why is it number 3 then? What's missing?
What is missing? I don't know. I don't feel that Disney vibe
Really?
as much as I do.
What's the Disney vibe?
It feels so magical over at the Polynesian with the music playing and contemporary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Please remember to stay clear of all automatic doors. If you're standing, please continue to hold on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
Well, contemporary feels so much like Walt Disney's place, even though I know he really wasn't here to see it built.
You like the originals?
Yeah. So 1 and 2. Some days I feel like it's the Polynesian, some days I feel like it's the contemporary or Bay Lake. So I go back and forth between those 2.
You like them
I like
almost
them better
equally.
than I do the Grand Floridian, yes.
I think you favor the Polynesian more than the contemporary.
Yeah, sometimes I do. And then I say, oh, I love being over here like this.
Yeah.
So, and the Grand Floridian is beautiful. It's nice. I'll tell you, I don't think the beds are as comfortable at the Grand Floridian and the pillows like they are at Bay Lake or Polynesian. Remember the pillows in the bed in the Bay Lake there?
Not particularly, but
Oh yeah. They are a lot more comfortable, and I don't know if they switched
Ladies and gentlemen,
mattresses out,
we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Please remember to stay clear of all automatic doors. If you're standing, please continue to hold on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
for me, the Grand Floridian is too grand. It's not my. I like more of a leisure feel. The Grand Floridian is too formal for me.
Is it too formal?
Yeah, I don't like the formal part.
It doesn't feel too formal. It's really,
I'm not a formal person, so.
you know, it doesn't feel formal, like stuffy or anything.
No,
It's just very beautiful, and it feels great to be there.
the decor is definitely formal.
Great. Yeah.
As compared to the Polynesian, which is totally laid back island vibe.
Yes.
And they have the tiki torches going. Did you notice? Really strong at the Polynesian.
Didn't notice.
You did?
No.
Wow.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. For those passengers now joining us here from Disney's Contemporary Resort, we'd like to welcome you aboard Monorail Orange of the Walt Disney World Monorail System, featuring resort monorail service to the Magic Kingdom resort areas. We're currently holding inside the station waiting for departure clearance for our next stop, which will be the Transportation and Ticket Center. As you board Monorail Orange, you'll notice there's standing room as well as seating emanating of the cabin spaces, so if all the blue seats are taken, simply move all the way across the aisles, hold on to the silver handrails provided for your safety, and please stay clear of the automatic doors. We'll be departing for our next stop, which will be the Transportation and Ticket Center in just a few minutes from now. Good morning, everybody, and welcome aboard.
We're really stuck.
We are stuck. Judy's already at the UK Pavilion.
She's going to be mad at us.
She said she's going to tell them. But it does seem to be a problem getting around the loop.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep. That's another issue.
A little more tricky to get anywhere.
Yeah. It's
That's why I
definitely
like staying here at Bay Lake.
right. Because at the Bay Lake, we would have just hopped on this one straight away.
Or walk to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Walk back at night.
Yep. It would have been easier last night. I mean, last night wasn't that difficult to get around, but it's just one last thing to
One more thing.
to do.
How we're really stuck.
Yeah. The contemporary DVC too is a building that's not in the center of everything of the resort. It's off to the side a little bit. It's good if you're going over to Polynesian, but you're not really in the middle of the resort where things are kind of happening. So, although they do have their own pool on DVC, and it's nice, no question about it, it's nice. But if you got to compare against these three, I like the contemporary for the convenience. The nice views from the big tall building are fantastic too. So, which resort?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Please remember to stay clear of all automatic doors. If you're standing, please continue to hold on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
People are still trying to get on too. So, Mama, which resort do you want to stay at next?
Polynesian or Bay Lake.
Really?
Yeah.
Lindsay and I are trying to convince you to do Wilderness Lodge.
I might do it for 2 nights.
A split stay?
2 nights. Short.
Wow, a split stay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome aboard Monorail Orange of the Walt Disney World Monorail System with resort monorail service to the Magic Kingdom. At this time, we're going to announce our final boarding call. We'll be ready for our departure. Next stop is the Transportation Ticket Center. If you're standing, please hold on to the silver handrails provided for your safety, and please stay clear of the automatic doors. We'll be departing momentarily for the Transportation Ticket Center, which is our next stop.
Wow, we had a long stop here.
Now we're going to be late for sure.
Yeah, now we're going to be late for sure.
Minutes.
We don't even know if the Epcot
Please
one.
stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Here we go.
Probably going to be a long line to get on that bus.
Yeah. Then we have to get through security. So, another reminder to always leave lots of time to
If
get
you've just joined us,
where you're going.
welcome aboard. For
left
those of
at
you
7:30
standing, please
instead of
hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking, please. Our next stop will be the Transportation and Ticket Center, which includes Magic Kingdom car and
Chef
bus parking.
Mickey's.
To the right is the Disney-created Seven Seas Lagoon. To the left
half an hour
is Bay
because it
Lake,
starts at 9:15.
nestled on the shores of Bay Lake.
Oh,
are
9:15
Disney's
is that?
Wilderness Lodge
Oh.
and Disney's Fort
You didn't
Wilderness
tell me
Resort
that.
and Campground.
All right.
So we still have a chance. It's going to be very close.
Here's a nice view of the Wilderness Lodge, kind of the backside here you can see, and then you're looking out towards Seven Seas Lagoon, Magic Kingdom, Grand Floridian, a little bit of the Polynesian. Oh, Mom, look at the cabins are right there. Oh, wow. Those are the new DVC cabins you can see from the monorail.
Wow, are those ever close to the water?
Uh-oh. They're not in the water, like. They're kind of swampy area there.
Yeah, that looks like gators can just crawl.
Yeah, gator.
Wow,
They crawl right onto your...
I couldn't believe that if I'd seen that how close they are to the water.
That's nice. You get close to the wildlife and pet the gators. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Those cabins, I didn't realize how close they were to the monorail. All right, we're slowing down again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Please remember to stay clear of all automatic doors. If you're standing, please continue to hold on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
Wow, we're stopping again. I can see the bungalows for Polynesian from where we are right now, and the boat. Oh, look at all the people loading up to the Magic Kingdom boat. Another beautiful, clear, blue sky here in Florida, in Disney World. Alright, I think I'm going to end my recording now, Mama. Long time, I thought we'd get some nice recording of the monorail, but most of it's sitting and waiting. Wow, so it took us almost an hour and a half to get over here to Epcot. Lots of delays, but we are here. A lot of line to get into the park too for bag check and security. I went to the spot without bags. Mama with the scooter had to go and wait, but funny enough, she told me to go ahead. The pass holder line was way to the left. I mean, as far as you can go to the left. And there were a lot of people trying to get in the regular lines, but nobody was at the pass holder line. I walked right in, took a couple pictures, and good thing she told me to go ahead of her. She caught up to me. We're here in Canada and making our way over to the UK. Luckily, to find out this doesn't start till 9:30, so that is exciting. Oh, and here at the Canadian Pavilion, they're going to have a band called Alberta Bound. So I hope I get a chance to listen to them today. It's and I see they've got a new Moroccan band of rock and fusion. So again, I see that they're on tap for today also. Oh, look at the little two-wheeled scooters. What do you call those things? Segway. Just a cast member on a Segway. I haven't seen that in a long while. Oh, there's Judy. So we got the carts, the dual carts, electric scooters are back together again. She got here way in advance of us, and Lindsay, I think, is already here too. Hope they're not sore at us. That was really a lot longer than I thought it would be. World Showcase is not technically open.
Right here, come on.
Where is she going? She's going to the Rose and Crown. Where do we start?
In here.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's Lindsay.
There's Lindsay.
And there's Ken.
There's Ken. And here, we got these for you. And I already know what I'm having. These got a little wet, but there's your... Thank you.
Where did you get wet?
Oh, just bottled water.
Oh, okay.
I'm having these, I know, right now. Look at this, Kurt. Seared scallops.
Those are right down here.
Right down.
Oh, you're for the flower and garden.
I'm having them there. See, because look, you can put your stickers in, and then you can check off what you eat.
Oh. Hoop-de-doo shirt. That's a nice shirt.
Hoop-de-doo shirt, yep.
She's all ready to go.
And I got our tickets in my purse. I've checked about 4 times.
All right. I didn't know we needed tickets.
And I've got Jeanette's.
Is this the check-in for the tea?
Yeah, they already checked you in?
We're with the Ludwigs, so they got here before us.
We're all checked in.
We're all checked in, yeah. Yeah.
Just take a seat, so guys will be here.
Hi, do you know where the English beer place is, the beer tent or something? Because we go down the road to the garden. What are you doing tonight?
Hi, Lindsay.
Right here.
Good morning. Hoop-de-doo. I don't have a hoop-de-doo shirt.
Remember last night I was talking about the two girls. Last night, the two girls that rode into the automotive shop in Region 10 when I was teaching after school.
Yeah.
Here's two guys that rode into Walmart in Houston, Texas on horseback yesterday. Is this kind of like deja vu?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. That's weird.
Go back that way, so I don't know if you want to just turn your...
You have to reverse the whole way around, if that makes sense. Just because otherwise that's it would be. It would be an entrance. Okay, go ahead.
I'll just like... International Flower and Garden Festival. My name is Sophie and I'm going to be your tour guide today. So I'm going to be taking you around the Twinings English Tea Gardens here and we're going to be looking at 12 blends of different teas that we sell in the tea caddy behind me. This is Charlie. She's going to be my shepherd, so she's going to make sure that everyone's together and also make sure that nobody else tries to join on the tour there. But if you have any questions at any point, you can just stop me and ask, and I'll be happy to help. Or also Charlie, if you're near to the back, Charlie will be able to help as well with any questions. And then if you can't hear me at any point, just let me know, and I'll speak up a little bit. So, welcome. In the tea caddy behind me, we do sell the Twinings tea. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit first about the history of Twinings. It's quite an interesting story there. So it was started in 1706 by a man named Thomas Twining, and he opened his first coffee shop called Tom's Coffee House in the Strand in London. And it's still there today, so it's been open for over 300 years, and that means that it's the oldest taxpayer in the Westminster area. Wow!
That's important.
So, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. On all of the tea bags that you'll see, there's a little gold label on them, and it says 300 years of experience. It's just to remind you that they have been open and selling tea for over 300 years. But you might be a little bit surprised that he opened a coffee shop. That's because back in 1706, it was actually more popular in the UK for coffee to be drank or gin or ale. And that's because the water was so contaminated. But because there were so many coffee houses currently open, he wanted to bring something a little bit different in, and he started selling tea, and it set him apart from the competition. And obviously it went very well, and it all kicked off from there. So in 40 years later, so following the opening of the shop, his son Daniel then began exporting tea to the US, and now Twinings is sold to over 115 countries across the world. So everybody can enjoy a cup of tea now. One thing I just remembered to mention, when the coffee houses were open back in the day, They were quite a noisy area where men would go, so women weren't allowed to go. It was for men. They'd go and they'd chat, they'd talk business, and they'd smoke, so it's quite a noisy environment. And Twinings actually then opened a shop in 1717 called the Golden Lion, and this was an outlet for women to go. And it actually popularised the notion of afternoon tea and women meeting to enjoy a cup of tea and things like that. So, yeah, so rich history there. In 1837, Queen Victoria granted Twinings with the royal warrant. So on this board here, there's a little coat of arms just on the side. You can have a look later if you can't see it at the moment. And that's on every Twinings box today. So the royal warrant just means that it's endorsed by the royal family and that Twinings tea is drank in Buckingham Palace. And they do have to renew the licence every 5 years. So from 1837 until today's date, they've kept the royal warrant. So it just shows that it's still drank in Buckingham Palace. If it's good enough for the Queen, then it's good enough for us. So we'll move on a little bit now to where tea comes from. Does anybody know how tea was discovered or where it comes from? China. So it actually comes from worldwide, do you know?
Could it come from like Africa, India?
Yeah, so it comes from all of those different areas. So it was first discovered in China in 2737 BC, so long time ago. Apparently the emperor of China at the time was enjoying a cup of hot water and some tea leaves blew into his cup and he decided to drink it and he liked the taste. So maybe that's why China is one of the most popular places where we think that tea comes from. But it comes from worldwide, and it all starts here at the Camellia sinensis plant. So this plant in this first teacup here is called the Camellia sinensis, and this is where all our true teas come from. So we have our black teas, our white teas, our green teas, and our oolong teas. They're all very different in colour and flavour, but they all come from just this one plant. So this plant can actually grow to be about 18 feet tall, which is just about the size of this cottage behind me. But it's actually cut down on tea estates to around 3 feet tall. So that's just hip height here. And Twinings use only the top 2 leaves and the unopened bud of the plant to produce their tea. So obviously if it's hip height, it's going to be much easier to reach those top 2 leaves and the unopened bud. They use this part of the plant because it's the finer quality. It's what most premium tea brands would use. Any further down the plant and the taste gets very bitter. So Twinings don't actually own any tea estates, but they have access to over 11,000 worldwide. And this is because it is a crop. If they own their own tea estate and something went wrong with the crop, or it was a bad year for it or anything like that, then they wouldn't have access to tea. So having access to over 11,000 different ones means that we can always ensure that we're going to get our perfect cups of tea. They do support and founded an organisation that ensure the welfare of the families that live on the tea estates. So because they're around 6 hours away from the city, because they're obviously mass land with different, with all the plants they're growing, they do ensure that they have access to education for children, medical care and things like that. So they ensure that those families are well looked after. Okay, so our first tea is our English breakfast tea. Is this anybody's favourite tea? Yay, that's my favourite too. So I think in the UK this is the staple tea. Anywhere that you go, if you didn't specify what tea you were wanting, you would get this tea, the English breakfast tea. And I know that what my nana and granddad say is that it's the answer to every problem. So if you if you go to somebody's house and you need to talk about your day at work, they'll say, I'll just put the kettle on and you're going to get this and it's going to make everything right again. So English breakfast tea is actually just an unflavoured black tea. So it comes directly from the Camellia sinensis plant. And black tea has a 6-step process to how it's developed. So it starts with the plucking. So it's the like I said, the 2 top leaves and the unopened bud that they use. These are then sorted, so they make sure that there's no bad ones in there. They're then left to wither, so that just removes some of the moisture. It lets the natural enzymes of the leaves sort of come out there, so the juices and the flavour. And twinings use a cut, tear and curl process. So that means that the leaves are, as it says, they're cut, torn and curled, and it makes them very, very fine. So in your tea bags, you'll notice that the tea in there is very fine. Sometimes it might leave a little bit of dusting around the bottom of the cup. It doesn't mean that the tea bag's leaked at all. You're still good to drink it. It's just because it's so fine, it sort of seeps through a little bit there. And then after the cut, tear and curl, the leaves are left to fully oxidise. So that's one of the prime differences between how we get black tea, is that it goes through a full oxidisation process of around 10 hours. And it turns in the dark brown colour. So it's not actually black, just dark brown. And the leaves are then fired, and that's what makes tea last for as long as it lasts, which is, we don't believe there's a real expiration date for tea. So anything that you put on the box is more because you have to as a standard, but tea really does last forever. So yeah, basically they just let the air react with the leaves, and that's what sort of dries it all out and makes its dark brown colour there. Yeah.
When it's cooked, what do you mean by cooked? Is it oil?
They're fired, so I believe it's like just like, what are they called, like a fire gun something, and you would do that with the leaves, and it would just sort of not burn them, but sort of fire them to make them, to dry them out even further. Yeah.
Honey's forever too.
Sorry?
Honey's forever too.
Honey's forever
Honey.
too. Honey is forever too.
Yeah, honey's forever too. Well, we actually talk about some of our teas with honey in further on, so we'll look at that in a bit. So so this is our English breakfast tea. It's, like I said, one of the most popular ones in the UK. Does anybody drink it with a little bit of milk? Or just me? Yeah? Fine. So milk was actually just introduced many, many years ago to protect the delicate china of the cups. So they would put a little layer of milk in there at the bottom to stop the cups from cracking, but it tasted good. So now we drink it anyway with milk, and that's where that came from.
How did it get its name English breakfast? Because I usually don't have it for breakfast. I usually have it 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Well, it also in the UK is called everyday tea.
Okay.
So, and it's exactly the same. It's just unflavoured black tea. I think it's called English breakfast because it's quite a strong blend.
Mm-hmm.
So people tend to have it potentially in the morning to give them a little bit of a kickstart to the day. Tea does contain a third less caffeine than coffee, so you're always going to be better drinking a cup of tea if you're trying to lower your caffeine intake. But yeah, I drink it throughout the day as well, so I'm not sure where it specifically got named breakfast. I think it might just be because it's got more caffeine in, so it's probably. I do too. I have it all day. So yeah, it's not limited to just breakfast. Yeah, I think, well, it used to be exclusive, well, not exclusive, but mainly for just royalty or really high-class people because it was very, very expensive many years ago. So I think as soon as it became more marginalised with the pricing and more people could have access to it, then it became more popular then. But I'm not sure how the UK got. I think we just really like it. And I know that compared to the US, well, we're one of the top tea drinkers in the world. So us, Ireland and Kuwait are the top 3 tea drinkers in the world. We average on 4 cups a day, whereas compared to the US, it would just be the 1 cup per day that you average. And 80% of the tea that you would drink would be iced tea as well. And that's not really a thing in the UK. But, yeah, I don't know how it became so popular. I just think we liked it and we ran with it. And apparently, Twinings have documentation that says their tea wasn't thrown overboard at the Boston Tea Company.
They weren't rejected.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next black tea.
I was thinking that when she was there.
Yeah.
How old it was.
Yeah. The history is cool.
So just so that you can all hear me.
We'll throw tea in the harbor, but it won't be Twinings.
Everybody can hear me?
Yeah.
So this is our second black tea. So it undergoes the same process as the English breakfast, but this one, it has an added flavour. So it's a black tea with bergamot. That's what the Earl Grey one is. And bergamot is a small pear-shaped citrus fruit from the Mediterranean with a flavouring of a little bit like a grapefruit. So it will, when the plant blooms more, it will look a little bit like this, which is the middle picture on the side when you pass it. But they've only recently been planted, so still waiting for them to bloom. So this one's our Earl Grey with lavender. So it's just a twist on the classic Earl Grey, and it just makes it a little bit more fresh and floral flavouring there. Now, this one does contain caffeine. Black teas do contain caffeine, and all tea actually from the Camellia sinensis contains caffeine. But because it's got lavender, which is quite a soothing flavour, some people do enjoy this one at night time. Like I said, it's only a third of what coffee contains, so it's not as much. So you can probably get away with it before bed if you don't mind drinking it. So does anybody know the story of how Earl Grey came about?
Nope.
Charlie knows.
Charlie knows.
So Earl Grey was Prime Minister at the time. It was Charles II. He was the Earl Grey of England, of the UK, and he sent an envoy to China, and the envoy did a deal with a Mandarin, so it said, and he, as part of his deal, he gained some tea, and he brought it back to the Earl Grey, and he tried it and he loved it. So he went to his tea merchant, who was Richard Twining at the time. So we moved a little bit further down the timeline now, and he asked him to recreate it. And that's where we get our Earl Grey from. But they didn't copyright it. So many other brands sell a very similar flavour in Earl Grey, which is the black tea with the bergamot. But his wife, Lady Grey, I think she was a little bit jealous that he'd had a tea made and named after him. So she asked for her own tea to be made. And hers is a black tea with bergamot again, but also with orange and lemon. So it's a little bit more citrusy. It's actually a little bit lighter than the Earl Grey. And she did copyright it. So that one's exclusive to Twinings, and we sell both of those in store behind you in the tea caddy as well. And that's Lady Grey. Yeah, named after his wife. And apparently that one is very popular in Norway, in the Nordic market, because they enjoy those citrus notes there. So Twinings are constantly trying to adapt sort of what their blends are for different markets as well, which we'll cover a little bit more as we're going through the tour. Yeah.
Do we have another tea store locally?
No, they don't actually. Not in the Epcot pavilion anyway. China do. China have their own tea store back there. Okay, so we'll move on to some of our herbal blends now. So we're moving away from black tea to herbal.
It's more mellow.
Okay, so this is our first herbal blend. So herbal blends don't come from the Camellia sinensis plant. So herbal blends are just an infusion of herbs, spices, and flowers. So they're completely caffeine free. So if ever you're lowering your caffeine intake or want a caffeine free drink, then the herbal blends are your best choice there. This is one of our newest herbal blends to the that we've introduced to the US and to the tea caddy, and it's our buttermint blend. It only came in fall last year, and it's already very, very popular. And it's so popular that at the moment we're completely sold out, I'm afraid. So sorry if anybody was looking forward to trying this one. It is a peppermint base mixed with vanilla. So it's quite a creamy, smooth sort of flavour there and texture. It's very refreshing. But if you think peppermint's a little bit harsh, then this has got it's got the added vanilla there too, to add a little bit more of a soothing feel. Now, in the UK, we have mints called, what are they called? Humbugs, mint humbugs, which are just little sort of creamy mint sweets that we would have. I know our grandmas would always give us them in the car, probably to keep us quiet for a few minutes. But so this one sort of brings us all back to a time where we would have the humbug mint. So it is really like enjoying a sweet, but in a cup of tea. So it's a very nice one, but unfortunately, like I said, we are sold out at the moment there. That's the peppermint plant just in the back of the teacup, and then the vanilla pods there at the front. So we'll move on to our next blend just behind us, the chamomile, honey and vanilla.
That one.
So we have our chamomile plant here, and then our vanilla pod again. So with chamomile, Twinings use only the yellow part of the flower. So I believe that's the purest part, where you're going to get the best flavour there. So if we do sell a pure chamomile blend in the tea caddy behind me, but this one has the added honey and vanilla, so it's a little bit sweeter and quite soothing. So this is a good one for a night time. It's my personal preference to drink this blend. And because it is a herbal blend again, it is caffeine free. So you're not going to get that caffeine rush before bed. Now, do we have any fans of Beauty and the Beast? The new Beauty and the Beast film that's just come out? Yay! Yeah, I loved it too. So Twinings have actually partnered with Disney to create some limited edition Beauty and the Beast boxes for 4 of our herbal blends. And the first one of those is our chamomile honey and vanilla. So when we get back inside the tea caddy, you can check out the Beauty and the Beast limited edition packaging there. And have a look at it, and I'll tell you which other one I've got that packaging to as we move along. We'll move on to our peppermint one just over here, pure peppermint.
Breezy today.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our pure peppermint blend, another caffeine-free blend, and another one that has Beauty and the Beast packaging. So pure peppermint comes from the plant, the Menta piperita. We think that's how it's pronounced. And that's a perennial plant, which means that when it dies, it grows back again. And Twinings source peppermint leaves from over 100 different countries to make sure that we're getting the purest flavour of peppermint. So this is a nice one, iced as well as hot. We'll talk about how you can make your own iced tea a little bit further along. But peppermint is known for aiding digestion. So if you've ever been to a restaurant before and been given a peppermint sweet at the end of the meal, that's because peppermint is a good plant to sort of aid digestion, reduce bloating. So if you're wanting to not have the calories from a sweet, or you're just wanting something a bit more refreshing, then you could have a cup of peppermint tea, and that's going to aid your digestion and reduce some of that bloating as well after a heavy meal. So we'll we'll move on to our next blend. Just behind you, the lemon ginger.
I need to start eating more of those peppermint patties.
Especially at Disney World. Especially at a buffet at Disney World. Good information. How long is this tour? How long is the tour?
It's like 30 to 45 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes?
Halfway through then, right?
Almost more than that.
Yeah. It's slightly late. Wait. Yeah.
I have 24 minutes on the recording.
Do you like coffee? Have you got a favourite? Until today. He's going to try it today? Until today, yeah. So I hope you're getting a good idea of which one's your favourite so far. We've still got a few to cover. Yeah. Then you can try one in the tea caddy. So this is our next herbal blend, our lemon and ginger, and also another one that has the Beauty and the Beast packaging. So lemon and ginger is made from the citrus limon fruit, which is found in India and China. It also has lemongrass in there, blackberry leaves, and ginger, Chinese ginger. So the blackberry leaves are a little hidden note, and that takes away some of the acidic nature of the lemon. So you're not going to be, it's going to be quite a nice drink when you drink it. And Chinese ginger has been used for over 2,500 years in folklore medicine. So often people associate that with sort of as something to have when you're feeling a little bit under the weather. So the lemon and ginger is known to be very good for the throat. So if you're doing a performance or a big speech or anything like that, then lemon and ginger is a nice one to have before then. So if anyone likes One Direction, there was a One Direction member, Niall Horan, who tweeted Twinings to say that he'd had 3 cups of their lemon and ginger blend before he performed on stage at one of his big concerts. And as a result, lots of teenage girls rushed out to buy the lemon and ginger blend, and they actually made a special box for him, which they sold for a while, and it had his face on, and it said lemon and ginger, revitalising One Direction and Niall Horan since whatever date. So that was very popular with the ladies, I've got to say. Okay, so we're just going to quickly move to this one here, the Berry Fusion blend. I'll let you all gather round so you can hear me. So this one's our Berry Fusion blend, and this is another new one that was introduced in fall last year, and again very popular already. So this is a very fruity blend. It has a base of the hibiscus flower, which is the bright pink flower behind the teacup. If you can see it, I think it's on either side. It's a little bit like it's dying out, but I'm sure they'll replenish soon. And that's what gives this blend its very pink, bright red sort of colour if you drink it. And it also has strawberry, blueberry and cherry as its core notes, but it also has acai berries in there, rose hips, right, there's a little rose there. So it's a very fruity blend, and again completely caffeine free. And this is a little bit comparable to a sangria in terms of fruitiness. Obviously it's an alcohol-free version and calorie-free version. This is a great one that you could have iced. So I mentioned that peppermint's another popular one. But if you are wanting to make your own iced drink, then you would brew your tea as normal. And as you're leaving it to cool, pour a little bit of the juice into an ice cube tray. And then when you've got your cool drink, you can add the flavoured ice cubes. So then you're going to have, you're not going to dilute your drink in any way. It'll still be very flavourful and fruity, but nice and iced for the hot weather. So that's a good tip. So iced tea actually came about at the St. Louis World Trade Fair. So an Englishman was selling tea at the fair, and there was actually a heat wave on. So the tea wasn't selling very well. So he quickly thought to add ice to it, and that just went. So it became the hit of the fair, and as such, iced tea became very popularised from that. So that's a little story there for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our final herbal blend over here.
What I discovered is that the plants in America are not treated.
Does anyone have any questions so far?
First, what is ladybird? Like I was smelling.
Well,
And there's ladybird.
she was married to him, so I assume that her title automatically became lady because he was an earl, so she would have been the lady of the manor. So they made their own tea. Not too bad. I was like, wouldn't mind my own, named after me. So this is our final herbal blend. It's our orange and cinnamon spice. So this actually comes from the rooibos plant, which is found at the foot of the Cederberg Mountains in South Africa. So it's a red bush plant, and the leaves there are picked and left to ferment in the sun for hours until they turn their deep red mahogany colour. So the tea, if you drink this one, would be a sort of red colour there. And red tea is a little bit sweet. But this one has the addition of the Vietnamese cinnamon and the zesty orange peel. So it's quite a fiery drink, and it's a bit of a winter warmer. So a lot of people in the UK would probably drink this one again in an evening after a cold day. You probably don't have that issue here as much, but if you're not from Florida, then this would be a nice one to have as a bit of a winter warmer. And this is our final one as well that has the Beauty and the Beast packaging on there. No, that one doesn't. So it's this one, peppermint, caramel honey, and then you can see this. Interested. Okay. Right, we're going to move on to green tea now.
Oh, interesting. Black, herbal.
See this camera?
I'm going to move ahead.
That's what it's
Everybody can get in. Yeah. How's that? Okay. So this one is our green tea with pomegranate, raspberry and strawberry. So we're back now to true teas, which come from the Camellia sinensis plant. So I mentioned before that, it's the same plant where we get our black tea, our green tea, but the way that the leaves are processed is different, and that's why the colour and the flavour are different. So with the green tea, they still choose the top two leaves and the unopened bud of the plant. Sorry, squirrel.
right under the scooter, just right through the crowd. Is he going to come out? No.
Oh, there he is.
What is it?
Squirrel.
Okay.
Squirrel.
So they still choose the top two leaves and the unopened bud, and they still go through the sorting process and the withering process. But these leaves are then steamed. So the steaming retains the sort of the colour and the more delicate flavour of the tea. So it's not actually green. You'll notice when you have your cup of green tea, it's not actually green, but it's just a lighter colour than our black tea. So it still contains caffeine. A lot of people think that green tea is better for you than black. That's not really the case. It's just because it's just that people tend to add cream or sugar to a black tea, whereas you wouldn't tend to do that with the green tea because it is a more delicate tea, so it's not going to sit well with the heavy cream or sugar there. So we can compare a little bit our teas to our wines. So if you think of a red wine being a bit like a black tea, it's sort of fuller bodied, richer in flavour and darker in colour, and then our green tea is more like a white wine. So it's more delicate in flavour and lighter in colour in that way. So this one with the pomegranate, raspberry and strawberry is a very sweet and juicy flavour for the green tea, and it's my personal favourite of the green teas here. Oh, does anybody else like green tea? Is that, yeah? So green tea used to be more popular than black tea. When Twinings first opened, it was green tea that they sold originally, but black tea took over in around 1830. That's when English breakfast tea became very popular. But now green tea is sort of making a comeback again, so we can enjoy every tea. Okay, so we move on to our second green tea. Everybody together. Okay, so this is our green tea with jasmine. So our green tea with jasmine is a sort of a floral flavour, a floral addition to the green tea. The green leaves are laid out on mesh trays, and the jasmine flower is laid out on a tray on top of that. So there's actually no jasmine in this tea. It's just that tea is very absorbent. So the tea leaves sort of soak up all of the flavour, the floral aromas and that flavour from the jasmine leaves, and that gives it its floral and fresh sort of taste to this tea. So because tea is very absorbent, you might often want to take away tea with you on holiday, which is what I know a lot of the UK people do. We want to make sure that we can get our fix of tea. So if you're going to take tea away in a Ziploc bag, if you merge different blends together, then you're going to create your very own strange hybrid of tea there. So the best thing to do is keep all the different blends in separate Ziploc bags. Twinings individually package every tea bag. So if you were taking away that tea, you wouldn't have to worry because it's individually packaged because it is so absorbent. So often people say that they use tea to take away some bad odours as well. So I know you can put them in your shoes or anything like that, and it should absorb some of those nasty smells from that. You wouldn't want to drink the tea afterwards. And tea can be used in many other ways, just other than drinking. So we had a guest before. She actually, with the berry fusion one that I said is very fruity, she made ice pops out of the berry fusion one. So it's a calorie-free ice pop. And with the green tea with jasmine, I've spoken to a couple of guests who use this to make jasmine rice. So rather than boiling rice in just plain water, you could use this and it will soak up some of that jasmine flavour and you'd have jasmine rice. So just a little tip there. So we'll move on to our chais now. My second favourite, orange. Oh yeah. Orange. Yeah, but you could love thank you. Wait for everybody to get round. Yeah. Okay. So now we're moving on to our final two blends, our chai blends. We've got pumpkin spice and apple spice here. Yeah, these are favourite. Yay! So chai actually is the Indian word for tea. So it just means if you say chai tea, you're saying tea. And the most popular type of chai in India is masala chai, which means tea with spices. So chai is a black tea, but it's flavoured with things like cardamom, cinnamon, allspice, ginger, nutmeg and cloves. So we have a cinnamon tree behind us, that's the big tree there, that's our cinnamon tree. In India, many years ago, they would brew tea in big ceramic pots in the street, and they brew the tea for hours and hours, and that would make the tea very, very bitter. So to compensate for that, they would add all of the different spices, and that's how chai masala originated and how we get our chai today. So Twiners have made different blends with the chai, including the popular pumpkin spice one. Surprisingly, pumpkin pumpkin spice is not a flavour that we have really in the UK. So it's not popular at all. The only thing that we use pumpkins for is to carve them at Halloween, and then we throw away everything else. But it's very popular in the US. So when they were coming to make different blends, the master blenders had to contact the US representative and ask them to send recipes for pumpkin pie, pumpkin muffins, everything pumpkin. And they had to make them and try them, which must have been really difficult, having to eat all those pies. And then they could get a real taste for what the US palate liked with the pumpkin spice. So it actually took them almost 3 years to create this blend, but it's very popular today, so it worked well. And we, like I say, it's not just a seasonal one, so it is popular in fall. But we sell it all year round, and it's still as popular throughout. This is one that you could add a little cream or sugar to, because it will sweeten it, and it brings out the sort of the natural flavours there, which makes it very nice. And our other chai one is our apple spice. I won't move too far down, which is very similar, but with the additional apple spice there, and that one is much more. Sort of what we're more used to in the UK, so that would be my favourite of the chai teas, is the one with apple. Has anybody got any questions at this point?
Chais usually served with milk or cream, or not?
The pumpkin one you can choose to add choose to add milk or cream. That one I wouldn't drink with milk, but it's your tea, so you can drink it how you want. But I personally prefer it without.
Can we ask about a tea that hasn't been shown?
Yeah.
How does Darjeeling fit?
Okay, so Darjeeling is a black tea, and that's found at the foot of the Himalaya mountains, and there's only a very small area where the Camellia sinensis plant is grown there. So I believe it's around 7,000 square feet, which is small for the tea estate. And because of that, when the leaves are plucked, it's known as the champagne of teas, just because it is such a small area where you can get that flavour, because it is at the bottom of the Himalaya mountains. So that's where that one comes from, and that's why it has sort of a slightly different taste to the English breakfast, which is an unflavoured black tea. But their tea leaves are normally from Egypt or Africa.
So the location that the plant is grown is actually changing the flavour of the tea?
Yeah.
Even though it's the same plant?
Yeah. So like the rooibos plant, where with the orange and cinnamon one, that's not actually true tea because it doesn't come from the Camellia sinensis, but because of it's a plant that's grown in South Africa in a very specific place, and that's how they get that's how it gets its distinct flavour there. So yes, it is about where your tea is picked and grown. So the master blenders, I said that they took nearly 3 years to create this one, and a pumpkin spice one, that they actually train for 5 years in each segment of tea. So we've got our black, green, oolong, white and herbal, and it would be 5 years per segment for them to train to become a master blender. And they have to try around 2,000 cups of tea per week even, per week. There's still a lot though. And they compare each batch of tea to the last to make sure that you get the exact same flavour every time. So if anyone wants to become a master blender, you could name it after me. I could be the new Lady Grey, but yeah, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take around 5 years per segment there. Are there any other questions? Sorry. Is anybody? What? Yeah. Are we all ready to enjoy our tea and scones? Yeah? Okay, so Charlie says yes. So if you follow me this way, Charlie's going to give you a little sample, and then you get your tea and scones inside.
That was fun, man. It's very nice.
We got our choice of tea. What should I choose for my tea? I never have tea.
I know, you never have tea. So,
I probably should.
Your mom, I thought chai was coffee. I did.
Chai was coffee. Wow, so you learned something today, Mama.
chai or tea drinker, but I will be now.
Lindsay, are you a tea drinker?
Yes.
You're a teetotaler?
I'm a tea.
Are you a tea drinker?
Yeah.
Very good. Ken, are you a tea drinker?
No, I like the caffeine. I gotta have caffeine.
You gotta have black tea then.
Not enough.
Oh, a Judy incident. Back.
But I think, it's just...
Kind of like last night, I assume.
Yeah. Mama went airborne last night.
See, this one's got the rollers on the sides.
Green tea.
So oolong, thank you.
Are they all the same?
They are all exactly the same, they're just all in different orders.
Oh, they're different.
And they're all the same blend in there, so.
There's a little joke that they say is, you're very welcome, it's not on the side, put it along.
Oh, yummy.
So it's just like in the bar, and that's like a maple flavour.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about the dark.
All right, we got a sample of our teas. I think there's 3 in there. Yep. I got mine. All right, we're in the shop. Are we going to have a cup of tea? Excellent. I could learn to drink tea.
I could too. I drink tea. You and Lindsay do, I don't really.
Lindsay's a teetotaler. I don't think the shop is open yet, right? We're the only ones in here?
Yeah, I think so. I think they wait until after this is done.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's have our tea.
Do they have that tea set up?
What's our next adventure?
Figment. I need to go to the bathroom now.